Ram Ram Hare
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदानेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय। बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। हरे कृष्णा। हाँ जी, हरे कृष्णा रीना जी,
हरे कृष्णा भैया।
कैसे हैं?
जी बढ़िया।
Okay. So nice. I think we had a pause for a week. So restarting. So last time हम लोग we started reading chapter 6 and chapter 6 is about Maharaj Daksh having daughters, right? तो अगर जैसा याद है महाराज दक्ष ने पहले as a Prajapati he wanted to expand the universe, and so he went into the caves. Starting he tried, and then he went into the cave, did tapasya for Lord Vishnu. He did stuti of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu appeared, and then he got this vardhan to be able to expand the universe. And he got married to an apsara. And first he had 10,000 children. Yeah, Haryasvas, right? Haryasvas is what they were called, the 10,000 children he had. And they also went to do tapasya at the similar place. But then Narad Muni came and gave them the transcendental knowledge. And once they got transcendental knowledge, they were not interested in expanding this universe. And they went on path of going back to Godhead. And Maharaj Daksh was very upset. Then he again produced 1,000 children. Again, 1,000 children, he sent them to do tapasya, but then they did tapasya, and then again Narad Muni gave them the transcendental knowledge, and they also, tried to go back to Godhead. They were not interested in expanding the universe. So then in this adhyay, log jo padh rahe hain, then with Lord Brahma's blessings, Maharaj Daksh, first of all, also remember Maharaj Daksh gave shrap to Narad Muni because all his children were lost in terms of like going back to Godhead. He gave shrap to Narad Muni that he cannot stay stable at one place. That's why we see Narad Muni is always moving. And then Lord Brahmaji's blessings, Maharaj Daksh produced daughters. So इस अध्याय में वही पढ़ रहे हैं कि Maharaj Daksh producing daughters, and he had 60 kanyas, and 60 kanyas, and Narad Muni did not give the transcendental knowledge because he gave the transcendental knowledge to sons but not to the daughters. And then those daughters were married to 5 or 6 Rishi Munis, right? Like if you remember, they are married to Dharmraj, married to Chandradev. Some of the daughters were married to Kashyap Muni and the Angira Muni. And yeah, so then all we have been reading is how the rishis and those daughters were expanding the universe, expanding the population. That's what we have been reading right now. And we are on Shlok 21 now. Yeah. So we'll start from Shlok 21. Again, continuously we are reading how different daughters of Maharaj Daksh got married to Dharmraj, which is Yamraj, and then Chandradev, Kashyap Muni, and so on. And then their sons and daughters, and what are their names. So we are reading this. So Anilji, यहाँ से शुरू
तारचक्यस्य विनता कद्रुह पतंगी यामिनीति च पतंगय सूत पतगान्यामिनी शलभानथ सुपर्णासूत गरुणं साक्षाद यज्ञेश वाहनं सूर्यसूत मनूरं च कद्रुर्नागाननेकशः. Kashyapa, who is also named Tarakasya, had 4 wives: Vinata, Suparna, Kadru, Patangi, and Yamini. Patangi gave birth to many kinds of birds, and Yamini gave birth to locusts. Vinata, Suparna gave birth to Garud, the carrier of Lord Vishnu, and to Anuru or Aruna, the chariot driver of the sun god. Kadru gave birth to different varieties of serpents. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So see, like, so I think Kashyap Muni, 17 daughters, if I'm remembering right, they are married to Kashyap Muni. Yeah. And then, different wives were producing different, produce birds, a locust, and even Garud, right, who is carrier of Lord Vishnu. And to Arun, as if you remember, like the Arun Dev is the Sarthi of Surya Dev, right? If you remember, we read about the sun god, Surya Dev, and the chariot driver of sun god, Hare Krishna Ajay. And so Arun Dev was son of, Kashyap Muni. So, like this, and then Kadru gave birth to different varieties of serpents. So it says here, right? Surya Suttam Anurum. Yeah, like Arun Dev, who is the son of, who is the Sarthi of Surya Dev. Okay. And then Garud, they were all, what is, Rinaji?
कृत्तिकादीनि नक्षत्राणीन्दो पत्न्यस्तु भारत दक्षशापात् सो अनपत्यस्तासु यक्ष्मग्रहार्दिता. O Maharaj Parikshit, best of the Bharatas, the constellations named Kritika were all wives of the moon god. However, because Prajapati Dakṣa had cursed him to suffer from a disease caused gradual destruction, the moon god could not beget children in any of his wives. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so some of the daughters were married to Chandradev. And it says here, because the moon god was very much attached to Rohini, he neglected all his other wives. Therefore, seeing the bereavement of these daughters, Prajapati Daksh became angry and cursed him. पुनः प्रसादितं सोमः कलालेभेक्षयेदिता शिनु नामानि लोकानां मातॄणां शङ्कराणि च अथ कश्यप्य पत्नीनां यत् प्रसूतमिदं जगत् अदितिर्दितिर्दुनुः काष्ठा अरिष्टा सुरसा इला मुनिः क्रोधवशात् ताम्रा सुरभिः शर्मा तिमे किमर्यादा गणा आसन शापदा शर्मा सुता. So thereafter, the king of the moon pacified Prajapati Daksh with courteous words and thus regained the portions of light he had lost during his disease. Nevertheless, he could not beget children. The moon loses its shining power during the dark fortnight, and in the bright fortnight it is manifest again. O King Parikshit, now please hear from me the names of Kashyap's wives, from whose wombs the population of the entire universe has come. They are the mothers of almost all the population of the entire universe, and their names are very auspicious to hear. They are Aditi, Diti, Danu, Kashta, Arishta, Surusha, Ila, Muni, Krodvasa, Tamra, Surbhi, Sarma, and Timi. From the womb of Timi, all the aquatics took birth, and from the womb of Sarma, the ferocious animals like the tigers and lions took birth. Okay, so Sukhdev Goswami ji is continuously describing how the universe expanded with Maharaj Daksha's daughters. Yeah, Hare Krishna Ajay.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Surbhe Mahisha Gavo Ye Chanye Dvishrafa Nip tamraya shne gridhadya munir sarasam gana. My dear King Parikshit, from the womb of Surabhi, the buffalo, cow, and other animals with cloven hooves took birth. From the womb of Tamara, the eagles, vultures, and all other large birds of prey took birth. And from the womb of Muni, the angels took birth. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anilji?
दंड शूकादयः सर्पा राजन् क्रोधवशात्मजाः किलाया भूरहा सर्वे यातु धानाश्च सौरसाः. The sons born of Krodavash were the serpents known as Dandasuka, as well as other serpents and the mosquitoes. All the various creepers and trees were born from the womb of Ila. The Rakshasas, bad spirits, were born from the womb of Surasa. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so see how different species were born from, and the universe kept expanding, right? Rinaji?
अरिष्टायास्तु गन्धर्वा काष्ठाया द्विषुफेतरा सुता दनोरेकषष्टिस्तेषां प्राधानिकाञ्चनो द्विमूर्धा शाम्बरो अरिष्टो ह्यग्रीवो विभावसु अयोमुखः शङ्कुशिरा स्वर्भानुः कपिलो वरुणः पुलोमा वृषपर्वा च एकचक्रो अनुतापनः धूम्रकेशो विरूपाक्षो विप्रचेतिश्च दुर्जयः. The Gandharvas were born from the womb of Arista, and animals whose hooves are not split, such as the horse, were born from the womb of Kashtha. O king, from the womb of Danu come 61 sons, of whom these 18 were very important. Dvimurdha, Sambra, Arista, Haigreva, Vibhavasu, Ayomukha, Sankushira, Swarbhanu, Kapila, Aruna, Puloma, Vrishpurva, Ekchakra, Anutpana, Dhumraksha, Virupaksha, Viprachiti, and Durjaya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So see how all the names are given also, right? Ajay?
Sarvabhanu Suprabham Kanya Muvaha Namuchikil Vishpar Vishaparna Parvarnastu Sharmishtha Yayatina Harshi Bali. The daughter of Swarbhanu named Suprabha was married by Namuchi. The daughter of Vrishparva named Sarmishtha was given to the powerful king Yayati, the son of Nahusha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Vishwanar Sutayaksha Chatastriksha Charudarshana hai Updanvi hai Shira Puloma Kalika Tatha Updanvi Mahiranyaksha hai Kratu Hare Shiram Nipa Pulomam Kalikam Che Vishwanar Sute Tu Kahe उपये में अथ भगवान कश्यपो ब्रह्मचोदित है पुलोमा है काल के यक्ष दानवा युद्धशालिन है तयो है षष्टि सहस्त्राणि यज्ञ धनांस्ते पितु पिता जधान स्वर्ग तो राजन नेक इंद्र प्रियंकर है. Veshwanara, the son of Danu, had 4 beautiful daughters named Upadhanvi, Aishira, Puloma, and Kalka. Hiranyaksh married Upadhanvi and Kritu married Asir. Therefore, at the request of Lord Brahma, Prajapati Kashyap married Puloma and Kalka, the other 2 daughters of Veshwanara. From the wombs of these 2 wives of Kashyap came 60,000 sons, headed by Nivat Kavacha, who are known as the Polomas and the Kalkeyas. They were physically very strong and expert in fighting, and their aim was to disturb the sacrifices performed by the great sages. My dear king, when your grandfather Arjun went to the heavenly planets, he alone killed all these demons. and thus King Indra became extremely affectionate towards him. Yeah, so there's a story about Arjun when he goes to heaven, right? Because he had to get some weapon. On the way, he kills all these demons, right? Were produced like this, and of course that made King Indra happy, and then he gave the weapon which Arjun was trying to get. Yeah, Anilji.
विप्रचित्ते सिंहकायां शतं चैकमजीयनत राहुज्येष्ठं केतुशतं ग्रहत्वं य उपागताः. In his wife Singhika, Viprachitti begot 101 sons, of whom the eldest is Rahu, and the others are the 100 Ketus. All of them attained positions in the influential planets. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Rinaji. Rinaji.
अथातः श्रूयतां वंशो युवदिते रणो पूर्वशः यत्र नारायणो देवः स्वांशेनावतारद्विभो विवस्यान्नर्यमा पूषा त्वष्टाध सविता भगः धाता विधाता वरुणो मित्रः शत्रु उरुक्रमः. Now please hear me as I describe the descendants of Aditi in chronological order. In this dynasty, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan descended by his plenary expansion. The names of the sons of Aditi are as follows: Vivashan, Aryama, Pusa, Twasta, Savita, Bhaga, Dhata, Vidhata, Varuna, Mitra, Satru, and Urukrama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So if you remember, like Aditi and Diti were the two, important ones. So Aditi's sons are named as Vivaswan and this. Yeah. Ajay.
विवस्वतः श्राद्धदेवं संज्ञा सूययत् वै मनुं मिथुनं च महाभागा यमं देवं यमी तथा सैव भूत्वात् वड्वा नासत्यो सुषुवे भुवे. Samjana, the wife of Vivasan, the sun god, gave birth to the Manu named Shraddhadev, and the same fortunate wife also gave birth to twins Yamaraj and river Yamuna. Then Yami, while wandering on the earth in the form of a mare, gave birth to the Ashwini Kumars. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Vivashwan, right, is the sun god. Yeah. And as we know, the Yamraj and the river Yamuna are sons of Suryadev. Yeah. Like Shani Dev is also son of Suryadev. Yeah. And Hare Krishna, Sachin.
Hare Krishna. Chaya Shaneshcharam Lebhe Savarnim Cha Munum Tatah Kanyam Cha Tapatim Ya Vaiva Vavre Savarnam Patim. Chaya, another wife of the sun god, begot two sons named Saneshchara and Savarni Manu, and one daughter Tapati, who married Samavarna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Shaneshcharam, yeah, Shani Dev was also son of Suryadev. Yeah. Aryamano Matrika Patni Tayo Cha Saryasanaya Sutta Yatra Ve Manushi Jati Brahma Nachopakalpita. From the womb of Matrika, the wife of Aryama, were born many learned scholars. Among them, Lord Brahma created the human species, which are endowed with an aptitude for self-examination. Yeah. Says Yatrave Manushi Jati Brahmana. Yeah. So that's how the human species came in place. And they're born from Matrika, the wife of Aryama. Yeah. And what is being mentioned here is they are born with the aptitude of self-examination. So as a human being, has the self-examination capability. We can understand there is a soul, right? There is a Suksham Sharir, there is a Sthul Sharir, which is not possible for other species in general, right? Anilji?
पूषानुपत्यः पिष्टादो भग्नदन्तो भवत्पुरा योऽसो दक्षाय कुपितं जहास बिभ्रतद्वयः. Pusha had no sons when Lord Shiva was angry at Dakṣa. Pusha had laughed at Lord Shiva and shown his teeth. Therefore, he lost his teeth and had to live by eating only ground flour. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Rinaji?
स्वस्तुर्दैत्यात्मजा भार्या रचना नाम कन्यका सन्निवेशस्तयोर्यज्ञे विश्वरूपश्च वीर्यवान्. Rachna, the daughter of the Daityas, became the wife of Prajapati Twasta. By his semen he begot in her womb two very powerful sons named Sannivesh and Vishwarupa. Hare Krishna.
Ajay?
Tam Vravire Surgana Swastriyam Dvish Tamapi Vipaten Paritaktata Gurunangire Sen Yat. Although Vishwarupa was the son of the daughter of their eternal enemies, the demons, the demigods accepted him as their priest in accordance with their order of Brahma when they were abandoned by the spiritual master Prajapati, whom they had disrespected. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So at some point, in Devatas, they disrespected Brahspati. Brahspati Dev is the spiritual master of Devatas. Then, at that time, they had accepted Vishwarupa as their Guru, their spiritual master, based on Lord Brahma's guidelines. So this is how we see, right? How the universe the population kept expanding, and how different types of species came in existence. And so thus the end of the Bhaktivedanta purports to 6th canto, 6th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled The Progeny of the Daughters of Dakṣa. Yeah? Or Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. So we complete 6th chapter, and we started the chapter 7 where Indradev offends his spiritual master Brahspati. Yeah? So we're going to read about that, and we can continue reading since we have time. Sachin?
Shri Rajo Vacha Kasya Hetoh Prityakta Acharyenatmanah Suraha Etadashchakshva Bhagwan Chishana Makramam Guru. Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Sukadeva Goswami, O great sage, why did the spiritual master of the demigods, Brihaspati, reject the demigods, who were his own disciples? What offense did the demigods commit against their spiritual master? Please describe to me this incident. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So of course, Maharaj Parikshit is inquiring, and the last shloka, as we saw, was mentioned that Vishwarupa, became spiritual master of the demigods, right? Devatas. So Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring, why did that happen? Yeah. So just read this, Sachin.
Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments, Saptame Guruna Tyaktair Dever Daitya Parajitah Jitair Vishwarupo Gurutvena Rato Brahmopade Shataha. This 7th chapter describes how Brihaspati was offended by the demigods, how he left them and the demigods were defeated, and how the demigods, following the instruction of Lord Brahma, accepted Vishwarupa as the priest to perform their sacrifice. Hare Krishna.
Shri Badri Narayan Vacha Indra Stri Bhuneshram Dolam Ritta Satpata Marudvipra Subhi Rudre Radrite Aribhu Bhirnipa विश्वे देवेक्ष सादेक्ष न सत्याभ्याम परिश्रित सिद्ध चारण गंधर्व मुने भी ब्रह्मवादी भी है विद्याधरा शरोभिक्ष किन्नरे पत गोरगे है निसेव्य मानो मधवानस्य मानस्य भारत उपगीयमानो ललितमास्तान् ध्याशानाश्रित पाण्डुरेनाथ पत्रेण चन्द्रमण्डलचारुणा युक्तक्षाणेः पारमेष्टे श्यामरव्यजन्नादिभिः विराजमानः पोलम्या सहाधार्सनया भृशम् स यदा परमाचार्य देवानात्मानमक्षः नाभ्यनन्दत सम्प्राप्तं प्रत्युत्थानासनादिभिः वाचस्पतिं मुनिवरं सुरासुर नमस्कृतं नोच्चाचालाशनानीन्द्र पश्यन्नपि सभागतम्. So the Badrinaran is the Sukdev Goswami ji. Sukdev Goswami said, O king, once upon a time the king of heaven Indra, being extremely proud because of his great opulence of the three worlds, transgressed the law of Vedic etiquette. Seated on his throne, he was surrounded by the Maruts, Vasus, Rudras, Adits, Vibhus, Vishwadevas, Sadhyas, Ashwini Kumars, Siddhas, Charnas, and Gandharvas, and by great saintly persons. Also surrounding him were the Vidyadharas, Apsaras, Kinnaras, Patagas, birds, and Uragas, snakes. All of them were offering Indra their respects and services. And the Apsaras and Gandharvas were dancing and singing with very sweet musical instruments. Over Indra's head was a white umbrella as effulgent as the full moon, fanned by Yaktel Vishk and served with all the paraphernalia of a great king. Indra was sitting with his wife, Sachi Devi, who occupied half the throne. When the great sage Prajapati appeared in that assembly, Prajapati, the best of the sages, was the spiritual master of Indra and the demigods and was respected by the demigods and demons alike. Nevertheless, although Indra saw his spiritual master before him, he did not rise from his own seat or offer a seat to his spiritual master, nor did Indra offer him a respectful welcome. Indra did nothing to show him respect. Ajay?
ततो निर्गत्य सहसा कविरांगे रसः प्रभु आययो सगृहं तूष्णी विद्वान् श्रीमद् विक्रयाम्. Brihaspati knew everything that would happen in the future. Seeing Indra's transgression of etiquette, he completely understood that Indra was puffed up by his material opulence. Although able to curse Indra, he did not do so. Instead, he left the assembly and in silence returned to his home. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anilji?
तरिहेव प्रतिबुद्धेन्द्रो गुरुहेल नमात्मनः गर्ह्यामास सदसि स्वयमात्मना. Indra, the king of heaven, could immediately understand his mistake. Realizing he had disrespected his spiritual master, he condemned himself in the presence of all the members of the assembly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Swaya Matman Matmanam. He understood that he did the mistake. Yeah. Rinaji?
अहो बत माया साधु कृतं वै दभ्रबुद्धिना यन्मयेश्वर्यमत्तेन गुरुः सदसि कात्कृतः. Alas, what a regrettable deed I have committed because of my lack of intelligence and my pride in my material opulences. I failed to show respect to my spiritual master when he entered this assembly, and thus I have insulted him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So who is saying this? Who is saying this, that he's committed the mistake?
Indra.
Indradev, yeah. So Indradev realized, and what is the mistake he committed?
He disrespected Vasisht. Oh,
Who is the spiritual
Brihaspati.
Prajapati Dev, right?
Yeah.
Prajapati Dev is the spiritual master of all the Devatas. And in that assembly, when he came, Indradev did not offer him the seat. He did not go down to him. But then Prajapati Dev went back, and so that's what Indradev is saying. He realized his mistake, that he actually did not respect him. Yeah? Ajay?
Ko Gridhe Pandito Lakshmi Tripist Papaterapi Yaya Hama Suram Bhavam Nito Adya Vibhu Deshwara. Although I am king of demigods who are situated in the mode of goodness, I was proud of little opulence and polluted by false ego. Under the circumstances, who in this world would accept such riches at the risk of falling down? Alas, I condemn my wealth and opulence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Indradev understood, and he's saying, like, of course, it can happen to Lord Indra. I mean, so going down by the false ego and the little opulence, people get so proudy, then they commit the mistakes, right? And so what Indradev is saying, what is the use of such wealth and opulence if I'm going to go down and commit those mistakes? Yeah. Sachin?
यह परामेष्ठ्यं धीषणमधितिष्ठन्नं कंचन प्रत्युत्तिष्ठेतिति ब्रूयुर्धर्मं ते न param viduh. If a person says one who is situated on the exalted throne of a king should not stand up to show respect to another king or a brahmana, it is to be understood that he does not know the superior religious principles. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So he's surrounded by the ego and he doesn't really know the dharmic principles, right? A few things are mentioned here, like, see, Narad knew that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and Krishna knew that Narad was his devotee. But although Krishna is the supreme Lord and Narad is the Lord's devotee, the Lord observed the religious etiquette, right? When was that? When Lord Krishna was sitting on his throne and Narad fortunately entered his assembly, right? Even Lord Krishna immediately stood up with his officers and ministers to offer respectful obeisances to Narad. Yeah. Since Narad was a brahmachari, a brahman and exalted devotee, even Krishna, while acting as a king, offered his respectful obeisances unto Narad. Such is the conduct visible in the Vedic civilization. Yeah. That's the Vedic civilization. Yeah. Anilji?
Tesham kupatadesranam patatam tamasi hyadaha ye shraddha dhvirvachaste ve manjantya shma palava iva. Leaders who have fallen into ignorance and who misled people by directing them to the path of destruction, as described in the previous verse, are in effect boarding a stone boat, and so too are those who blindly follow them. A stone boat would be unable to float and would sink in the water with its passengers. Similarly, those who mislead people go to hell and their followers go with them. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Rinaji?
अथा हम मयाचार्य मगाथ तिषणं द्विजं प्रसादयिष्ये निशिठः शीर्ष्णा तच्चरणं स्पृशन्. King Indra said, "Therefore, with great frankness and without duplicity, I shall now bow my head at the lotus feet of Brihaspati, the spiritual master of the demigods. Because he is in the mode of goodness, he is fully aware of all knowledge and is the best of the Brahmanas. Now I shall touch his lotus feet and offer my obeisances unto him and try to satisfy him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Indradev realizes his mistake and then he wants to go and offer his obeisances now. Ajay?
एवं चिन्तय तस्य मघोनो भगवान गृहात् बृहस्पति गतो अदृष्टां गति मध्याय मत्य मायया. While Indra, the king of demigods, thought in this way and repented in his own assembly, Brihaspati, the most powerful spiritual master, understood his mind. Thus he became invisible to Indra and left home, for Brihaspati was spiritually more powerful than King Indra. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So like a mistake committed is a mistake committed by Indra Dev. And Brihaspati Dev, he could have given curse and all that, but he did not do that. He just left and says Brihaspati Gato Adrishtam, right? And he became invisible to Lord Indra. Sachin?
गुरोर्नादिगतः संज्ञां परीक्षन् भगवान् स्वराट् ध्यायन् धिया सूर्यैर्युक्तः शर्म नाल भतात्मनः. Although Indra searched vigorously with the assistance of the other demigods, he could not find Brihaspati. Then Indra thought, alas, my spiritual master has become dissatisfied with me, and now I have no means of achieving good fortune. Although Indra was surrounded by demigods, he could not find peace of mind. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Just one more. Tachutveva suraha sarva asrityoya shan sammatam devana pratyudhamam chakrurdumarda atitayinah. Hearing of the pitiable condition of King Indra, the demons, following the instructions of their Guru Shukracharya, equipped themselves with weapons and declared war against the demigods. Yeah. So Brihaspati Dev lives Devatas, and then Shukracharya is the Guru of demons. So they equip themselves with weapons and declares war against the Devatas. So that's what we are going to read. We will pause here for today and read tomorrow on this. And happy Navratri to everyone. Yeah.
आप लोगों को भी सभी को.
Yeah. It's a nice auspicious time, Navratri time.
Yeah.
And we are, of course, going to go to Vaishnav Devi and we are going to see the Vaishnav Devi Aarti. Yeah. It's around 8 to 9 minutes. So do that.
Shri Bhagavati Stotram Jaya Bhagavati Devi Namo Bharate Jaya Baba Vinashine Bahu Bharate Jaya Sumbhane Sumbhapala Dhare Janamami Tu Devi Narati Hare Jaya Chandra Divakarane Hare Jaya Pavaka Bhushita Vatsamare Jaya Bhairavadhi Adinina Pare Jaya Nanda Kadatra Vishosakare Jaya Mahisha Vimardini Sulatare Jaya Loka Samastaka Papa Hare Jaya Devi Pitama Tunute Jaya Bhaskara Shakra Shiromati Jaya Shanamukha Sayudhari Tunute Jaya Sadara Kamini Shambhunute Jaya Dukha Kare Kavinashakare Jaya Putra Kalatra Vivekhi Kare Jaya Devi Samasasharira Dhare Jaya Naka Vidashine Dukha Hare Jaya Vyadhi Vinashine Moha सरस्वती वंदना रुद्रपितामहविष्णुनुतं हरिचन्दन कुङ्कुम पङ्कजं मुनिवृन्दगलेन्द्र समानयुतं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगं शशिशुद्धसुधारिमदामयुगं शरदाम्बरबिम्बसमानकरं बहुरत्नमनोहरकान्तयुतं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगं कनकाब्जविभूषितभूतिपदं भवभावविभाषितभिन्नपदं प्रभुक्षेत्रसमाहितसाधुपदं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगं भवसागरवन्दनविधिनुतं प्रतिपादितसन्ततिकारमिदं विमलादिकशोचविशोचपदं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगं मतिहीनजनाशयपादमिदं सकलागमभाषितभिन्नपदं परिकारितविश्वमनेकफलं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगं परिपूर्णमनेकमदामनिधिं परमार्थविचारविवेकनिधिं सुरयादिकसेवितपादतलं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगं सुरमौलिमणिदुतिशुभ्रधरं विषयादिमहाभयमापहरं नित्यकान्तिविवेशितचन्द्रशिवं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगं गुणनीककुलाचितवीतिपदं गुणगौरवगौर्वितसत्यपदं कमलोदरकोमलपादतलं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगम् अथ क्षमा प्रार्थना अपराध सहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्षं मया दासोऽस्मि मामत्वा क्षमस्व परमेश्वरी आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वरी मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वरी यत्पूजितं मया देवी परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे अपराधशतं कृत्वा जगदम्बेति च वज्रेत् जाम्बुधिं समवाप्नोति नातां ब्रह्मादयः सुराः सापराधोऽस्मि शरणं प्रातस्त्वं जगदम्बिके इदानीमनुकम्प्योऽहं यथेच्छसे तथा कुरु अज्ञानाद्विस्मृतिर्भ्रान्त्या यन्न्यूनम् अधिकं कृतं तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवी प्रसीद परमेश्वरी कामेश्वरी जगन्मातः सच्चिदानन्दविग्रहे विहाय चामि मां प्रीत्या सीता परमेश्वरी गुह्याति गुह्यगोत्रीत्वं ध्यानास्मत्कृतं जपम् सिद्धिर्भवतु मे देवी तत्प्रसादात् सुरेश्वरी। हे माई मेरी सच्चियां जोता वाली माता तेरी सदा ही जय बोल।
All right. So nice pratna, right? Vaishnav Devi. Now we'll also hear for a couple of more days since this Navratri time. And then we'll see you tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hare
Hare
Krishna, everyone.
Hare
Bye.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.